Hey everyone, how's it going today? Lamoura here, and welcome back to yet another episode of Final Fantasy XIV. We are here in the Rising Stones. We're about to talk to Alphinaud after we left off in the last episode of doing the Keeper of the Lake dungeon. Things are starting to go awry. Well, we'll see where it really leads in the end. I'm not too confident in my knowledge of where this all leads, mostly because it has more to do with, I'm assuming, the later patches, and where it ends with A Realm Reborn, it doesn't really go into it too much. In either case, it doesn't really matter. Let's talk to Alphinaud because we got a bunch of things to do today. Aether on demand. Alphinaud has a message for Moonbreeda for the Scions. From Moonbreeda, okay. Ere I forget, I believe Moonbreeda has requested a gathering of the Scions. I assume there has been some progress concerning our efforts to combat the Ascians. Pray inform her that our business with the Ishgardians is concluded for the moment. I shall be along once I've completed my communications with the Crystal Braves. Okay, let's go. Alright, she's over here. Who's she chatting with? Hori Boulder and Sultanate. I never really paid attention to their names, to be honest with you. I knew he was Mr. Boulder, and I was calling him Master Boulder, but no, it doesn't really matter. Anyways.
All done with your talk of dragons? Wonderful, because Ascians are next on the menu. Let us head into the solar, shall we?
Okay, so that was fun. She could have just been in the solar to begin with, but hey, it's okay. I like talking to Moonbreeda, my new waifu. Alright, into the solar we go. Alright, Moon, what's the news? Is it just me, you, and Minfilia, or are you calling the whole Scion crew?
Now that everything's calmed down a bit, relatively speaking I mean, I thought it might be a good time to share our progress on the weapon. I believe we're on the verge of a breakthrough.
Well, don't keep us all in suspense.
Just in case anyone's forgotten, let's start by reviewing what we already know. So, an Ascian is an immortal because its soul doesn't return to the ethereal realm when its host is defeated. Instead, it flees to the place that lies between our world and the void. Therefore, the first step to permanently defeating an Ascian is preventing its soul from making this journey. And if you recall, when we last gathered here, I had verified that white auracite has adequate capacity to entrap the beings, albeit only briefly.
Which left the small matter of their extermination.
Aye. To unmake an Ascian soul, one must needs smite it with a concentrated burst, or blade, of purest ether. However, we wanted for both the data and the means to forge such a weapon.
Short of experimenting on an actual Ascian, you see, there's no way to gauge how much ether its soul is made of. As such, we don't know what etheric density our blade needs to have in order for it to work.
So we'll just have to make the densest blade we can and hope for the best. Though that would require a lot of ether. Hang on a minute! Why didn't we think of this before? White auracite can hold an absolute heap of ether, can't it?
Please tell me you're joking. God's sakes, Ida. I feel as though I'm reliving the same scene over and over with you. How many times do you need to be told that white auracite cannot store ether for long periods? Being intangible matter, ether is given to dispersion. Only in its crystallized form is it a stable source of energy. I will test you later on this, so see to it you do not forget.
Right, yes. It's all coming back to me.
So our hopes rest on good old crystals again, do they? While they are certainly reliable, they leave something to be desired in the area of portability.
Indeed. I am reminded of the quantity of corrupted crystals required to thwart Leviathan, and the extraordinary lengths to which the Lamentsons went to transport them. What if it should prove that a similar quantity was needed to destroy an Ascian soul? Or still more?
I do not envy the poor sod who has to lug all of that around, on the off chance that an Ascian appears.
That's the very problem we set out to solve, and I reckon we've found the answer. If it isn't practical to lug around the ether we need, we'll just have to draw upon another source. And the only viable source is the land.
If you mean to tap the Great River of Ether, know that it will entail considerable risk. Meddling with the currents may well induce a surge like to the one which despoiled Mordona.
Give me a bit more credit, will you? Why would we need to tap the river when there are veritable reservoirs jutting out all over the land? I speak of corrupted crystals. It might be that their aspect is out of balance, but a crystal's a crystal. It contains ether, and we can help ourselves to it.
While corrupted crystals are indeed abundant, there is no guarantee that they will be in close proximity at a crucial moment.
But what if we don't need them to be? What if we could tap their power from afar? A malm away, say? If we could do that, we'd have ready access to ether aplenty in almost every corner of Eorzea. I've yet to put my theories to the proof, but I've got a good feeling about this. If no one has any objections, I'd like to see where this avenue leads.
If you think it worth your while, you have my blessing. But tell us, what are your theories? I, for one, am most eager to understand the process, however vaguely.
I thought you might say that, but no one wants to listen to boring old theories all day, do they? I know I don't. So with your permission, I'd like to try something a bit more hands-on. I've already built an etheric siphon especially for this purpose, and I've been meaning to try it out. Thing is, the profusion of corrupted crystals in Mordona makes it something of a high-risk testing ground. If anything goes awry with the siphon, it would be better if it didn't happen within spitting distance of quite so much ether. Ideally, I need an isolated specimen. Does anyone know where I can find one?
May I suggest northern Thanalan? There you will find corrupted crystals of middling size, standing a reasonable distance apart. Ideal for your needs, I should have thought. Oh, and if you do elect to visit the place, I should be much obliged if you would assist me in another matter while you are in the area.
Has something happened?
Movement has been observed at Castrum Meridianum. During Operation Archon, the Alliance dealt the stronghold a heavy blow. Its facilities were extensively damaged, and its garrison reduced to a fraction of its former strength. Not long after our forces withdrew, however, their ranks were replenished by reinforcements from Castrum's sentry. They now seek to rebuild, and to this end they have their sights set upon the ceruleum processing plant. Having lost the Empire's support, the 14th Legion lacks the resources to sustain itself. To them, this is a bid for survival, and they will doubtless fight like desperate men. Though I have dispatched the Crystal Braves, I fear their strength alone may not suffice to stay the Imperial assault. I would request the Scions' aid in the defensive effort.
If I didn't know better, I'd say you were trying to inveigle us into fighting your battle with the promise of shiny crystals. Well then, consider me inveigled. I won't lie, the crystals you speak of sound perfect, so the Garleans have to go. Besides, we can't afford to beat about the bush. There's no telling when the Ascians will next appear.
Thine eagerness to hurl thyself into the jaws of danger cometh as little surprise. Exercise due caution, I prithee.
Though you have become a Crystal Brave, you are yet a Scion, Alphino. We could hardly refuse you. Pray, join the Crystal Braves and lend them your support. Thangred and Papalimo shall accompany you. Ida and Y'shtola, in the meantime I would have you assist Moonbreeder. Scout out the crystal clusters, that the testing may commence as soon as the Garlean threat has been eliminated.
If it please you, I shall continue mine own experiments on white orosite.
Thank you, Eorzea. Everyone, pray see to your preparations and depart as soon as you are able. Go well, and be safe.
Alright, to Northern Thanalan we go. Oh, but we need to talk to Alphinaud first. Hold on, let's do that before we teleport anywhere. Always got to make sure you have a habit of checking where you need to go before you teleport anywhere, because you never want to be ping-pong back and forth. It would seem that events have once more conspired to rob us of rest and recuperation. Though I would wish it otherwise, I must ask that you head straight away to the processing plant. The Fourth have already deployed to the area and await the arrival of the Scions. Wilred will brief you on the developing situation. Meanwhile, I must rendezvous with Captain Ilberd at headquarters in Ul'dah. I shall take command of our forces there with a lighter heart, knowing that you go to support the front lines. Your duties take you to Northern Thanalan, do they not? We too must say our farewells to the Rising Stones for a time. Flamin travels to Ul'dah, and we shall serve as her escorts. At my daughter's behest, I go to contact certain old acquaintances in the Gilded Cities. We are beset on all sides by silver unrest and imperial machinations, threatened by primals and troubled by dragons. We need all the allies we can muster. Many of my friends hold positions of power, you see, and it is my hope that they can be convinced to aid the Scions' cause. If past events have taught us anything, then we know that Eorzea must present a united front or we shall fall. How extraordinary that my little Ascilia is involved in such far-reaching affairs. I am proud that I might now stand at her side, not only as a mother, but also a colleague. A colleague with influential connections, but I fear Ul'dah has become a place of danger even for one so familiar with her streets. Bah, woe betide the black guard that so much as glares in your direction, milady. You tell them, Boulder. You show them flexing. I shall be well protected, it seems. Shall we be on our way, then? Farewell, you three. I enjoy you exponentially. Do you want me to... What was that motion? Do you want me to lay my head on your bosom? Take care, my friend. Be well. We'll see each other soon, I hope. I'm a little worried because she was talking about Eorzea must be united if we don't want it to fall, but at the same time, this patch is called Before the Fall. You know, it's just like, ah! Red flag, red flag, red flag. Now, here's the one thing I will say about what's going on here. We ate our eggs. We ate our eggs. I guess I ate my eggs. Did I hit them in your roulette? I don't know. We have Midgard Summer baby guy over here. I'm not sure exactly how long this episode's going to be. Well, it's going to be... No, I can't say it's going to be regular length. My recording session is probably going to be a bit longer than normal. I will see how long the cutscenes all take. This could either be the regular 45 minutes or it could be like an hour and 10, it could be 55 minutes, but depending, if it's less than an hour, I will probably make it one episode, but if it's more than an hour, I'll split it up into two. In any case, Commander Lamoura sent word that you be coming. A veteran of your talents is most welcome. Not that I don't think we can handle the situation, mind you. I've learned a trick or two since the disaster with the Umalja. But returning to the task at hand. The Flames reconnaissance scouts have reported Imperial soldiers assembling at Rabban's push. Such a force is likely interested in only one thing, getting their hands on the resources found here at the processing plant. The Garleans could begin marching on us at any time. I think it's time we speak with Lieutenant Edelstein to finalize our counter strategy. Corporal Lilel, or I'm sorry, Corporal Nia, because we'll be switching over, might as well. In any case, Corporal Nia, my soldiers yet tell tales of your deeds during Operation Archon. Would that we could sit a while and reminisce about old times. Are the Garleans on the move then? Not as such. The civilian dropmen have, however, come across several highly suspicious crates within the boundaries of the processing plant. I had my sappers take a closer look. Our worst fears were confirmed. These boxes contain powerful explosive devices of imperial design, no less. Found inside the plant, you say? But how? We had our guards stationed around the perimeter day and night. Tis likely the plant was infiltrated long before the Braves arrived. Master Thancred, have the Scions come in force then? All who could be spared, yes. Now there are likely more than these imperial explosives about the place, so I suggest we spread out and conduct a thorough sweep of the compound. Considering the volatile nature of ceruleum, allowing even one such device to escape our search may lead to us enjoying an uncomfortably close view of the rather spectacular explosion. Right then. I'll pass the word on to the fourth. What exactly should we do with these crates should we find them? Bring them here to me. Carefully, mind you. My sappers will render the devices harmless, as they did with the first batch we found. Very well. Let's get started, shall we? Ugh, I hate this quest. It took me so long on my first try, because there's one that's really well hidden that I didn't even realize you could get up to. Well, I'll show you in a bit. But yeah, this episode may be longer than normal, depending on how long all these cutscenes are. Because like if it's 55 minutes, I will just keep it as one episode. But if it reaches over to like an hour and 5 minutes, I'll cut it up into 2. It really just depends on how long these cutscenes are, because I really don't remember. I know we have one trial, but that could be over rather quickly just because of how overpowered we are right now. The final cutscenes could be 5 minutes, they could be 20 minutes. I truly just, and honestly, I don't remember. So just forgive me, I won't be doing my usual sign-off, or I might not be doing my usual sign-off, I'm not really sure. So just bear with me. We'll try to make it as smooth and seamless as possible. That's the problem with these short patches. Well, really the end of the game. As we get closer to Heaven's Sword, the production value just keeps on going up and up and up and up and up, as we saw with Dreams of Ice specifically. There's more voice cutscenes, there's more like just great production value, so it's not just like two characters standing around with no voiceover or anything like that. Which I really do enjoy. I love that. Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining at all. It's just for recording sake, I'm not quite sure my time frames, and that's okay. I'll just do it like how I do with most single-player games. I record in batches of like an hour or 2 hours, and I cut it up from there. Find the natural stopping point, which in this case would be at the end of the entire patch. But in any case, that was the crate. It took me forever to find. I didn't realize you could get up here. Even when I saw the scaffolding, I never really imagined you could climb up it. I just figured that it was some kind of, I don't know, invisible wall, like dressing that you could look at but never actually interact with. But hey, you find it, you find it. Now that you know. In any case, let's turn into Flame Lieutenant Edelstein. Should you discover any containers that appear out of place, then hand them over to me. My sappers will determine whether or not these objects are explosive, and then disarm them should they prove to be so. Well, lucky for you, I found all 4. There were 4 more of those blasted things. I'll have our engineers disassemble them at once. Fine work as always, Corporal Nia. The entire compound has been scoured from top to bottom, so I should hope that that's the last we've seen of these explosives. Our troubles with Castra Meridianum, however, are far from over. Scouts have returned with news of movement on the front. Okay, are you going to send me out to another? Yep, okay. On the counteroffensive, Lieutenant Edelstein wishes to share a report with you concerning Garlean movement. We've been keeping a close eye on the Garlean garrison, and it would seem the Imperials have finally begun to mobilize. According to the reconnaissance report that just came in, the squads seen leaving the Castrum are too few in number to effectively take a hold of our position. They will likely mount a swift assault and focus on the acquisition of resources. I have, of course, also shared this report with the Crystal Braves. They've decided to take to the field to meet this assault head-on. Pay report to Lieutenant Alcian, and lends your much welcome strength to the counteroffensive. Is it Elaine? I don't know. I think it's Alcian. In any case, we get to do... almost went flying right past. I thought we would go a little bit further.
Glad to have you with us, Nia. I am sure Lieutenant Edelstein has explained the Garleans... Explained the Garleans have displayed...
Yeah, completely messed that one up. Sorry, guys.
Glad to have you with us, Nia. As I'm sure Lieutenant Edelstein has explained, the Garleans have deployed a small force from Castra Meridianum.
Don't know why that was so hard to say. Their main column assembled to the north near Dalmund's Talons, but we've also spied several squads attempting to conceal themselves on the approach to the west. They wish to rush forth and commit to battle with the main column, leaving the detached forces free to raid the plant and pillage supplies. Not much of a strategy, but these are desperate men.
Captain Ilbert.
Greetings, sire. I understand the commander bids you and your fellows come lend a hand to the Braves, which such mighty heroes at its disposal, the Fourth should have little trouble contending with aught the Garleans might throw at them. But even you cannot be everywhere at once. The Third was getting restless, holed up in Ul'dah, so I marched them out here to fill any holes in the plant's defenses and add their numbers to your counterattack.
The reinforcements are welcome. We've enough soldiers now to divide our own forces and safely engage the enemy far beyond the walls.
Aye, 'twould be best to avoid staging a battle anywhere near this much ceruleum. Let's take the fight to the Garleans. A wise course indeed. I shudder to think of the consequences should any of the storage tanks be exposed to fire. If there are no objections, the Scions shall join the Fourth and give battle to this main column. You're with the Third, then, Warrior of Light. Your job is to... That's Elbert. Okay, your job is to intercept these squads hiding out in the west and prevent them from reaching the processing plant. When you're ready to proceed, report to Lieutenant Uyihase. His scouts should have a rough idea of where the Imperials have concealed themselves by now. Uyihase, I don't know. I guess we'll just call him Uyihase. I don't specifically think it's anything like Uyihase, I think Japanese name, you know, like a Japanese pronunciation. I don't think that's quite the case. I think it's just Uyihase. I would have to assume. But I could be wrong. It could be Uyihase. In any case. Uyihase, tell me what I need to do. I will do it. A pleasure to be fighting at your side once more, Scion. Our operations invariably succeed when you are around, and victories are wont to pave the road to greater coin.
Now, this detached force we've been sent to eliminate has split into smaller squads, the better to conceal themselves within the terrain hereabouts, I imagine. We need to split ourselves up, and we'll cover more ground, and make sure we root out all of these would-be raiders.
And seeing that you're an army unto yourself, I've assigned you your own areas to scour clean the enemy soldiers. Aye, this will be a simple search and destroy. We'll rendezvous back here when the task is done. Happy hunting, Scion. Thank God, I didn't have to worry about no NPCs getting in my way. I just get to murder I just get to murder everyone around me. Alright, before we go too much further though, let's just make sure we're doing everything kind of appropriately here and pull up all our guys. I should also kind of start putting things how I used to have them. I think that's good enough. Okay, there we go. Battle music, everyone. Please don't go into the area I want to. I just didn't want them to go into this purple area and activate a fight that I was about to. Hostile presence. I don't give a shit. Nope. Oh, don't do it, my friend. Okay. Thank God. I was worried they were gonna... Well, I mean, like, I'm so over-leveled it doesn't really matter. It's just, I didn't want more guys if I didn't need them. You know, you know? When you know it, you know it. Alright, cool. That battle was easy enough. Art of War just destroyed them. Art of War spam is one of the best things. Okay, I can't get around that way, so I need to come up here. What is that person? They're a gatherer. They have that circle around them, so they're looking for something. Seems they can't find it, though. Alright, where do I need to... There we go. That's what I need. Alright. Destroy all these guys real quick. Art of War spam, as usual. Pulled in an Earth Spirit. That's what you get for being too close to my mission. I can't help it. I really can't help it. There we go. Art of War spam always works. And with that, our mission is done. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Okay. Time to head back. This way. Oh, that might be them. I hope they found what they needed. Truly I do. Yes, how have you guys been doing? Anyone hurt? You guys look fine. You seem grim, Scion. I take that to mean that between us, more than a few Garleans won't be making it back to the castrum. These Imperials, though, they certainly made us earn our pay. Hold on. Let's just get a little closer. I would be happy, man, if I never had to tussle with another one of those Magitech armors. Horrors. It is time we bid this war-torn land farewell. I will contact the 4th and let Lieutenant Lane know the west is clear now. I would appreciate it if you would also do the same when you report to Lieutenant Edelstein. Sure, I can do that. I don't mind reporting. Oh, look at Midgar Somer. Oh, wait, hold on. No. Come back. Where'd you go? He was breathing little things. Do it again. Do your little tricks. I want to see it. Oh, he's so cute sitting on my shoulder like that. I love the minions that sit on your shoulder. So cute. Come on, do your thing. You know you want to. I'm not moving until you do it. I'm joking. Alright, we gotta go. We got a lot to do today. And it seems like this is the only mission we're gonna get done today? I mean, it's like 30 minutes already. Alright, maybe I can just naturally end the episode like how I normally do. Like, we're already at 28 minutes and we've only done one thing today. Okay, Corporal Nia, what news of the Garleans? The raiding parties are no more then. Excellent. The Eorzea engineers will be most relieved to hear that the plant is no longer in any immediate danger. Thank you again for your assistance. You're welcome. Alright, I'm still going to keep on recording, but just in case this is the end of the episode naturally, thank you guys for joining me. I'll see you next time. Peace out. Much love to you. Alright, and if this is the start of another episode, hey guys, how's it going? This is Lamoura. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Let's get started with Edelstein. Lieutenant Edelstein appears concerned for Moonbreeder's well-being. You must be anxious for words of your fellows. Lieutenant Elaine has reported a sound victory over the main column, and informs me that the Scions have already turned their attention to the other duties. All but one, that is. The Rogan lady with the large axe. To it appears she has chosen to remain at the site of the battle. I know not what task keeps her from returning to civilization, but northern Thanalan is no place to wander alone, even for a capable sort such as her. I would certainly feel better about things if you could check in on her before you continue on your way. Wait, I thought she had a guard. I thought Y'shtola and Yida were... Maybe they were just scouting out the area? But I thought... Wait, hold on, where am I going? Speak with the Moonbreeder. How far away did she go? Oh, she's just over here. I thought they were up there. I thought that was Y'shtola and Yida's job, was to protect her. But maybe they were literally just supposed to scout out the area, and then Moonbreeder was supposed to take care of it herself. I don't like that plan. Well, she looks okay. Looks like she's just scouting out the area. Huh. Okay.
Hold on, I won't be a second. The beast seemed peckish, so I gave it a taste of my axe. I know. As Urianger never tires of reminding me. An axe ill becometh the hand of a scholar. What can I say? I like axes. To hear my mother tell it, I came into this world holding one.
Hey, if you like axes, you like axes. I like you, so I can't really say anything about it. You know, you look good with an axe on your back.
And it's not as if it stopped me picking up a quill, is it? I often think of the man who introduced me to the joys of learning. He's one of the reasons I decided to come to Eorzea. Him and my excruciatingly stiff childhood friend. Considering how unalike we are, it's a wonder we ever got on. The world's a strange old place, isn't it? Aye, that ought to do it. So far, so good. At these concentrations, it shouldn't matter too much if something goes awry. Just enough ether to make it interesting. Did you see that? The way the crystal glowed? The siphon works, I'm happy to say. With a few refinements, it should satisfy our appetite for ether, which just leaves the small matter of forging our blade. I'm not sure how to go about it just yet, but I swear to find a way. I'll put a blade in your hands if it's the last thing I do.
She senses me. A useful talent.
An Ascian. Are they onto us?
By your brand, I see you are an Archon of Sharlayan. Keeper of knowledge. Seeker of truth. Meddler.
I don't know what the hell's you're saying, but I don't much like your tone.
Your instincts serve you well. But come, be not unsettled on my account. That lovely brow was not made for frowns. But I waste my breath. Let me direct my words to one who understands them. We meet at last, warrior of light. I am Nabriales. And you have long been a thorn in my side. I suffered the overweening presence of Lamoura that men might host the power of gods, only for you to undo my hard work.
Oh, bugger.
Do settle down. You must concede that I acted in self-defense. But what's this? I do not sense the blessing of light. Oh dear. Could it be that frail Hydaelyn has forgotten her champion? This I did not foresee. Shorn of light as you are no longer a threat. And better yet, the seal is broken. Now is the time to claim the staff. With it in my grasp, I shall rise above them all and take my place at Lord Zodiac's right hand.
What did that bastard want with us? Nabriales, he calls himself. With charm like that, I'll bet he has maidens falling at his feet. Unconscious. But this staff... You say just talking about it had the bastard grinning like a brat on his name day. Must be quite a staff. Oh, gods. He means Tupsimati, Master Louis Soir's staff. Minfilia's in danger! We have to get back to the Rising Stones!
Nabriellis better not touch my waifu. I swear to freaking God! I will murder him. Alright, just make sure, return the Rising Stones. Okay, just need to make sure. Oh, God. Pressure's on. Gotta make sure my waifu's safe. You're here! Master Louis' staff is kept in the solar, isn't it? Quickly now.
You two!
So, you were able to divine my intent. What now, warrior of light? Ah, but that name is no longer fitting. You have become decidedly dull, and quite incapable of barring my entry.
What do you mean?
You truly do not know? Then I suppose it is only right that I enlighten you. The blessing of light kept you and your fellow meddlers safe. It was that which prevented my kind from entering your domain. My kind, I say, though it had no power over the likes of Elidibus and La Habrea. Being of this world, they could come and go as they please, while I could only look on. But I need look no longer. Now that the seal is gone, I mean to act. Unlike the others, I am not given to waiting. I shall take that staff and bring about the next rejoining.
Rejoining? Then it was your doing. The Isle of Val, the scholars, all of it.
You will not harm her!
Moonbreeder!
Why must you insist on forcing my hand? Did you learn nothing from our last meeting? Ah, but I forget. My words fall upon deaf ears.
The staff is but a broken relic, a memorial to the departed. What possible use could you have for it?
What use? You mean to say that all this time you kept the key, never knowing what it was you possessed? The staff Tupsimati, or rather the stone tablet it bears, is host to a great power. Together with the horn, it can be used to draw vast quantities of ether from its bearer's surroundings. How else do you think Louis Soir was able to invoke the power of the 12 without making them an offering of crystals? Summoning requires not only prayer, but a profusion of ether. Even a child knows that.
If I did not know before, you may be certain I do now. But above all, I know that we cannot allow this staff to fall into your hands. I will die before I let you take it.
Insufferable woman. I would happily end your miserable life here and now. Alas, Elidibus would never let me hear the end of it. Very well. If you will not part with the staff, I will take you too.
After them! Quickly! Before the rift closes!
Well, quite possibly, this would be the actual end of the episode. 40 minutes in. We'll see how long this one goes, and then the resulting cutscenes afterwards are. But in maybe the next episode, we'll pick up with the Chrysalis. Let's see how it goes.